Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be diving down into Dogecoin USD. We actually have a lot to talk about here whenever it comes to Dogecoin. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So whenever it comes to Dogecoin, I want you guys to see that we did have a long-term uptrend, okay? Dogecoin used to obey this massive sloping support, then eventually it broke to the downside. But it's not just Dogecoin. The rest of the crypto market has done the same. I guess I would say the majority. So we have broken below our key level areas whenever it comes to the long-term trend on Dogecoin. So it's not really something you want to see, but hey, it is what it is. If we also take a look here at our 200 EMA, you guys can see that Dogecoin was extremely bullish, being above it, and it is now below it. It's actually been slowly working its way to the downside. So for Dogecoin, we do have a long-term sloping resistance, okay? It's a very long-term sloping resistance. It is actually extremely bearish, okay? Every single time the price action has hit this white line, you can see that it has sold off like crazy, right? We just kept hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. So Dogecoin has a pretty hard time getting past that massive sloping resistance. Not only that, but Dogecoin has also been riding a key level support, okay? Our key level support. We've actually kind of broken below one, which is right here at 15 cents. And you guys can see that. We're just kind of riding this support. As I stated before, whenever it comes to riding supports, it's not good for price action. Most of the time it breaks to the downside. So the big question is here is who are the diamond hands? We actually got a lot of diamond hands, especially since Dogecoin is still holding, because we have been holding this key level area since December. If we break below this area, I mean, technically, we don't really have any more room to the downside except for way back down here. We're talking about a massive drop to the downside. There's a good chance we could see some support right here at about 10 cents whenever it comes to Dogecoin. But technically, that might be a weak support, and we would be looking for a further move to the downside. So my question is are we going to continue to hold this area for Dogecoin? And are we going to get a reversal or a breakout out of this sloping resistance? I mean, that'd be awesome to see. I do know that a while back it did look like Dogecoin was creating some kind of a massive falling wedge, which is normally considered a bullish pattern. So what we mean by that is that you have a resistance, you have a support, 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 and normally you get a big move to the upside, right? That is what we would be looking for. So it does seem like Dogecoin is overall still in a massive falling wedge. Do they always break out to the upside? No, they do not. But there is a good chance that we could be looking for a big falling wedge breakout here whenever it comes to Doge. Okay, so Dogecoin still hanging in there, right? We're holding that key level area. Like I stated, we got a lot of diamond hands here, which is good. And if Dogecoin happens to get the break to the upside, right? If we happen to get a breakout out of this sloping resistance, then we're going to be extremely bullish. And if we happen to get past our EMA up here, we would be extremely bullish. But technically, for Dogecoin, our next key level area, if we got a breakout out of that sloping resistance, is we would be looking for a move all the way back up right here. Okay, that is what we would be looking for. Okay, we would be looking for a big move, which would be right here in this area. Okay, this is what we would be looking for. Okay, so I would be looking for Doge to get a move all the way back up here out of the sloping resistance back up here to 20, and technically we have another massive gap up, which would be all the way back up here at about 25. So Doge would be extremely bullish if we can get that massive breakout out of this sloping resistance. But the big question is, when will it happen? That is what we need to know. Okay, we need to know, hey, when are we going to get this massive breakout? So two ways it could go, right? Two ways. Either we're going to get the big breakouts here to the upside, all right, and get the massive move up, or we're going to continue down to our next key level supports and continue to break down, okay? So overall, keep eyes on Dogecoin. I mean, it looks pretty decent so far. We're still holding, which is impressive, okay? So we just need to be patient here. If we go ahead and take a look at our Fibonacci levels, I'm pretty sure we have broken below the 786, but we will find out right now. Give me 1 second here. Let's see if we can squeeze this down here. So we have to go from our swing low all the way to our swing high. which is right here. We're actually right at this 786, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Dogecoin really has to get a move here. Like, it's really got to get a move back above the 786 here to be bullish. Okay, so we got a lot of work whenever it comes to Doge. If we take a look at the lower time frames, such as the 1 hour, it's probably going to be the exact same thing. We're going to have a strong sloping resistance that we're going to be fighting with here in the future. That's definitely a very strong resistance, okay? So the sloping resistance is almost pretty close to all-time highs. So once we get that breakouts, we will be bullish, okay? We will be bullish. But keep in mind, not only do we have the falling wedge, but you could also say, hey, we do have a you could say that we do have a descending triangle as well. And it looks like the low here is going to be in between 14 and 15 cents. So we do have a descending triangle, which normally obviously breaks to the downside as well. Okay, so we just need to be patient. Dogecoin is getting closer and closer. I'd probably give it about another month before we make any type of decision here if we're going to get a massive move up or not. So anyways, thank you guys for all being here. Have a great one. I will see you later, and ciao.